Okay, so the points A, B, C are given there. Notice C is K3, so we don't actually know what the full coordinate of C is. We know the Y value. And it says then the lines AB is perpendicular to BC. So it says then, to start with, find the gradient of AB. So what I've done here, I've tried to get sort of a good scale drawing of this here. You don't have to do that, right? But sometimes it helps to see. So the gradient of AB, okay, quite simply, remember to get the gradient formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if I call that my x2, y2, so that will be then where we got y2, which is 1, take away my y1, which is minus 3, and then my x2 there, which is 6, take away then my x1, which is minus 2. So if you work all that out there, okay, you end up with the answer of 1/2, okay? So that's the gradient of AB. Now when it comes to B then, it says show that K is equal to 5, okay? So for some reason, somehow then we've got to figure out that that X coordinate there, X value there is 5. But they do tell us, don't they, that line AB is perpendicular to BC. So BC involves then that coordinate C, doesn't it? So quite simply, BC would be a line which is perpendicular to it. Of course, we know when it's perpendicular, okay, right angles, we can use the gradient formula, can't we? M1, M2 equals minus 1, okay? So we know the gradient of AB, we worked it out to be 1/2. So we can then work out the gradient of BC from there, okay? So 1/2 times M2 is minus 1, take the 1/2 over and divide. And then, of course, when you've got a fraction at the bottom, flip it, so the 2 goes on top, so you get minus 2. So the gradient of BC is minus 2. Well, why is that important? Well, we know B, don't we, to be 6, 1. And we know C to be K3, okay? Well, if I know two coordinates here, I connect them then to the gradient. So if you remember the gradient formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, I know the gradient of BC is minus 2, okay? So what I can do then is substitute those two coordinates in here, okay? So I'd call this my x2, y2, and maybe this my x1, y1. Okay, so then when I do y2 minus y1, I'd have 3, take away y1, which is 1, over then x2, which is k. Okay, so I don't know its value, I just know it as k. Take away then my x1, which is 6. Okay, so I've got that there. Now we know, of course, this just becomes 2 on top here. And then k minus 6 on the bottom. Okay, so a bit of algebra here. Take the k minus 6 up and multiply. Okay, expand that bracket. So I get minus 2k plus 12 is 2. Okay, and then we can just solve this then to get k out, and k should come out to be what they want us to get, which I think is 5. So take that minus 2k over maybe, and take the 2 over that way, swap them around maybe, so you get 10 then is 2k, so then k indeed is 5.